So what does Star Wars and Christmas have in common? Not really a lot, but it does make for some really interesting Lego Star Wars sets. So, the Gingerbread AT-AT. Now, this is a strange one. It works, and it's fun, and it's a set. When I first saw this one announced, I kind of couldn't believe my eyes, but the more I looked at it, the more I just wanted it. And the Darth Vader gingerbread one looks really cool, and I think he's better than some of the stuff that comes in the advent calendars. But you've got a fully fleshed out smaller AT-AT, not something they really do that often, always like more towards the bigger ones. And it's all gingerbread themed and Christmassy, and it'll just make for a fun decoration. So this is Lego set 40806, and it comes with 697 pieces. Retails for 1,099 Rand in South Africa, and then $59.99 and €59.99. I think let's start building this one so it's all ready for Christmas time. And here we have a little mini. Oh, whoops. Actually, this is supposed to be a lightsaber staff. I think this is a bit of a missed opportunity, Lego. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay, so here we have a little mini gingerbread Darth Vader. I think he's a little less threatening, but just as crazy. It's just funny looking at the build and opening the packs. It's not really colors you really associate with Star Wars, all the greens and reds, pinks. But it's quite a fun build so far. Here we have the lovely Gingerbread AT-AT. Not edible, unfortunately, but it's actually quite a bit bigger than I expected it to be. It's a really decent size. And you can see the legs here, they're on ratchet joints, so they can be put into many different positions, which is nice when you have a lot of movement on your build as well. And then I guess you can create scenes from the Battle of Hoth, but obviously in a sugar-coated candy fun way. So the legs here look like cake toppers. Got the frosting dripping down there, and then just some ribbons and candy dots on each of the sides, and that continues up on the legs as well. Then up on the side here, it's got like a frosting candy coated whip piece, I think, or vine piece. I can't remember the exact name for this one. And then that also lifts up, and then you can see inside. So I just open the other side as well so we can see a bit better here. So you can see there's a nice seating place for Darth Vader to enjoy a cup of hot chocolate, eggnog there at the fireplace. It's got a cool socks there for some gifts at the top. And then here in the back, I've got some presents for him to deliver. almost kind of like a Santa Claus version. And then on the sides, just closing that one, you've got a wreath there with some of the red plants, just to give it that kind of Christmassy feeling. And then taking a look at the head of the AT-AT, so that one is on like a socket there, so it doesn't have that much movement to it. But each of these pieces are folded up, and then you can also open the cockpit there and place a minifigure if you want. Darth Vader is too tall to fit in, but I think one of the coolest detailings here is the candy cane guns on the side. Just gives it a extra special feel there. And then the only minifigure from the set, but obviously the most needed one here, is Darth Vader, a gingerbread version of him. Comes with a cookie and with his sprinkles on top, and then his lightsaber. And then he's also got that cool printing that looks like frosting and sweets on the front of his torso there, and then going down to leg printing as well. And it's also got that cookie crumbling effect, just to make it look extra special there. At the back, you can see it's the same with the printed cape there. Also looks like frosting and the cookie bits there, which is really nice. And then he also does have some back printing there. And taking the mask off, he just has a regular newer colored head, but you know, it works. He didn't need to have a crispy burnt head underneath there. So this one was a fun little interesting build. And I think this is sort of like a Star Wars tie-in Christmassy thing done right. It's not often that you get something in all of these colors for Star Wars. You're always building in light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, black, all those colors, and now you got something funky looking. It's also nice just for Christmas fans and Star Wars fans to have something that they can combine together and like sort of show the love off of both of these. And your Darth Vader minifigure is awesome. I think he's very, very special. I feel like this is something that you would have seen in an advent calendar a few years ago. And if LEGO can keep creating cool, interesting characters like these, that will also be great. But that is just my thoughts on this one. If you want something for your Christmas mantle and you love Star Wars, then I think go get yourself a Gingerbread AT-AT there. But that's it for today's video. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and comment below what kind of set would you like LEGO to make next in a Christmassy theme for Star Wars. And then we'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.